Good afternoon, Ashley. It is good afternoon because my clock shows 12:50. It's 50 minutes over noon, and I'm sorry that I took a time off to do my weekly running, so I was a little bit late to respond your email. So what I'm aiming to do in this recording to be able to solve the question in my perspective, and I would like you to watch it and see if you're convinced with that and revise your solution accordingly. And let me know if you still have further questions. So we're going to start with part A, range. And when we talk about range, we'll look at the y values on the y-axis from down to up. Okay. So this will be our direction when we're writing the range. Okay, so we see that there's a little arrow here. It means that y can take any values here, which is negative infinity. It's coming from down. We're coming from down to up. And we move to this portion, which we have a hole there, but that hole is closed here. I'm going to call this as section 1, and we're coming from negative infinity till negative 5. And I'm putting in parentheses because we have a hole. However, I'm starting with a filled hole here, right? Then I'm going to put negative 5 into bracket. Then I'm going till negative 3. This will be my section 2. There is a hole there. And I will be stopping at negative 3 with the parentheses. This will be my section 2. And because negative 3 is a filled hole here in this part, right? It seems that on the left-hand side, y values, x doesn't have a value for negative 3, but on the right-hand side, x equals 9 is giving us function value 3, so I can go ahead and start with negative 3. And from negative 3, now this time I'm going up till negative 2. Negative 2, there's a hole, so I'm going to end that section with negative 2 parentheses. That will be my section 3. Okay. And then from negative 2, I'm going to start with a bracket again, because f of 2 is not negative 2. However, f of 8 is negative 2. So negative 2 is an attainable value for a function. So then I will be going till negative 1, which will be my section 4. And negative 1 is a closed value, so it will be bracket. And then lastly, I don't have any values between negative 1 till 3, right? It seems that f of 2 is not 3, however, f of negative 2 is 3, so 3 is an attainable value for a function, and it's just one value as a point. I'm going to put it in curly bracket, like that. Now let's look back to this solution. So I have region 1 here. Okay. I have region 2 here. I have region 3 here. And I have region 4, right, 4. And this is a point actually, is there. So if you want to, we might be able to clean up this solution. So look at it. I'm ending with negative 5 parentheses, but starting with bracket. Ending with negative 3 parentheses, starting with bracket. Ending with negative 2 parentheses, starting with negative 2 bracket. So I can eliminate all those. It's sort of like they're canceling each other. So I can say that I can go from negative infinity to negative 1 to the bracket. Okay, so that will be the simplest version that we're going to prefer. union 3. So this will be my range answer. So let's look up domain now with the same manner. Now in the domain, we're going to look at x values. As we're looking at x values, we're going to move from left to right. Right? Okay. When we were looking at, remember, from y values, we were looking from down to up. All right. So for those x values, first we're coming from -6 till -2. Okay, so -6 till -2, both in parentheses. Good. Union. -2 starts from here with a bracket because it's closed. And it goes till 2. 2 is open. And 2 is open in both ends. So I covered this section. Oh, actually no. This is why. So I covered the x values here. Okay. So like section 1. This is section 2. Okay. So I'm going to start 2 again with parentheses. And from that 2, I'm going till the end, which is infinity. All right. Can we do something else here? Let's name the regions. I don't like the colors here. So this was region 1. We look at it from -6 till -2, right? And then region 2 from -2 to 2, -2 to 2, okay? And then region 3 from 2 all the infinity. Okay, 3, and that's 2. So we're just reading the x values. So what's happening here, -2 parentheses, -2 bracket, I can get rid of it. Good. I'm going to start with -6. However, I cannot start with a bracket because both of them are parentheses. So I'm going to write down 2 in parentheses. Okay, so I don't need this section. That's what I mean. Then union, I can go with 2 to infinity. And that will be my domain answer, cleanup version. Can you write it this version? We do not prefer it. Meaning, you're not going to get full point. We need to cut half a point, depending on the way of the question. So this was domain. Let's go ahead and have a look to the other parts of the question. So this was part A, B, part C. Now we're asking what is f of -2. So what it means that plug in x equal -2, what y values you are going to find. So f of -2 is here, right? This was f of -2. So it's not -3, it is 3 actually. Because here we have an open circle, we need to look at the closed circle value. So the answer for that, f of -2, will be equal to 3. Okay. Part D, determine f of 0, which means if x equals to 0, what will be your y value? Okay. Then x equals 0 is here, origin. So where is there a place that I draw my pen and it's going to cut the function? Yes, it's 3. Okay. Then f of 0 will be equal to 3. So for f of 0 equal to 3, I just want to mention something like that. Function is taking the value 3 actually between the x values of -2 and 2. So f of negative 2 is 3, f of negative 1 is 3, f of 0 is 3, f of 1 is 3, f of 2 is 3, like f of 1.5 is 3, f of half is 3, 1.5 is 3. So all the values between negative 2 and 2 function is, y values are equal to 3. That's why we have put it in range. It's like a constant function there. All right? So f of 0 is 3. We've done that. Now part E is asking f of x is equal to negative 5 when. So this is how we read that. We are having a y value equals negative 5. What input or x value should we be plugging in? So for that, I need to go to function graph, see that where we get the y equals negative 5 and intersect it with the x value. Okay, so look at our function that it is getting negative 5. So this is y equals negative 5. Okay. It's not this x value, x equals negative 6, because we have a hole. It is this x equals value, which is, I believe that was 11. Okay. So function will be equal to negative 5 and x is equal to 11. All right, this is the end of my solution. I hope it will be helping you, and I will be posting that